On the back of our B finals, the petit finals in our 5 boat divisions. Here we go with the PR3 mixed Coxed 4.
Racing start system.
Nailed on a favourite as you're ever going to get in any sport, in any division here. The Brits, world best time holders, Paralympic Games best time holders, unbeaten in just the 15 years in this boat division, going in lane 4. The contenders, Italy, France, USA, have a great shout, Germany and Australia. But Britain are the overwhelming favourites, the 3-time defending champions in this boat. They got a bronze as well in 2008, but 7th at the World Champs of Foresti, Cettina, Muti and Frank. Coxed by Enrico Daniello. The Italians won the gold in 2008. That's their last medal, their only medal actually, at the para-rowing regattas down the years. Bronze medal crew from Tokyo, Remy Taranto and Margot Boulet in that boat, Gregoire Biro and Candice Schaffer, who is the youngest para-rower in the field this time around, only turned 18 a couple of weeks ago.
In lane 3 for USA.
USA World Champs silver. Can they get close to the Brits? Skylar Dahl, Alex Flynn, Gemma Wallenschlager and Ben Washburn. There have been 3 silver medals in this boat division down the years for Team USA, the 3-time defending champions, Francesca Rallinger, Rakis Josh O'Brien and Ed Fuller.
Lane 5 for
Germany, Susan Lackner, Valentin Lutz, Mark Lembeck, Katrin Martian, Inga Turner is the 31-year-old coxswain, bronze at the Worlds. Lembeck and Martian were in that boat, silver for Germany, London 2012. The Aussies, 4th in Tokyo, 4th at the World Champs. Susanna Lutz, Alex Viney, Tom Birtwistle and Toby Gossifson with the coxswain there, Hannah Cowup, lane 6.
Italy, France, USA, Great Britain, Germany, Australia. Attention, red light.
Red to green, go, go, go. Strap in, hold on to your hats here for the A final, the Olympic medal race in the PR3 mixed Coxed 4. We have Italy in lane 1. We have France in lane 2, USA in 3, Great Britain. The big favourites lane 4, Germany in lane 5, Australia in lane 6. Britain's mixed Coxed 4 boat has an unbeaten record at major champs going back to 2011. This season's lineup features 2 defending champions in Gidra Rakaskaita and the Cox Erin Kennedy, along with debutants Frankie Allen, Ed Fuller and Josh O'Brien. Look at this, nice and flat. How competitive is this? Who is going to make the break? Who is going to make the move?
Well, that's just about the most even start you're going to see in a field like this, and it's just thrilling for us to guess who might show first here in this fantastic field of PR3 mixed Coxed 4s. Of course, we're going to make our center lanes the favorites, our returning Paralympic gold medalists and our returning Paralympic silver medalists, GB and the USA respectively, but not going away yet. It does look like we're facing some challenges here on the left side of the course from France, our returning Paralympic bronze medalist from Tokyo. But here we are, big event favorites there, focusing in on the stroke seat Ed Fuller of the GB boat. Doing a nice job, but being probably just led almost, just a bow ball there for the USA here in the early stages.
Yeah, that's 3 on the bow of the United States boat. Make no mistake about it, it would be a shock of seismic proportions if anyone is able to get past the Britain 4 here, but it is race day. It is the significant and unique pressure of an Olympic finals day. Great Britain just about edging into the lead here. 14-year winning streak, undefeated since 2010. So Cox Erin Kennedy was to rowing clubs Gidra Rakaskaita, joined by Frankie Allen, Josh O'Brien, Ed Fuller. The last 3 Paralympic titles, and GB are showing no signs of slowing down, really. They have got out in front here of the United States. The gap is just 400s, though, at the 500 mark. France clinging in, 0.75 down, holding third. Then it's Germany, then it's Australia, then it's Italy.
Yeah, what we can expect to see from these two lead crews is just supreme consistency. The GB crew might not always be number one out of the blocks, but we're going to see them just light the fires and get going in the middle of the race course and not slow down. That is the key to their success and their consistency over these many years of their dominance, is that they just train over and over how to be super consistent in the race course, not get flustered, not respond to anything with any crazy moves or special teams efforts. It's just going to be super consistent base, power, and rhythm. So here they are, they're executing that now just in the middle of the race course, moving out to a lead on the challengers from the United States. Nice shot here of our crew from France that are also just still hanging in there. They also have overlap on the British. And let's not rule out this German crew here on the bottom of your picture there. Two from the right, leading Australia, but also with just a sliver of overlap on this dominant Great Britain crew.
Well, Great Britain set the world best time, the Paralympic Games best time in qualifying first from the heat in 6:43.68. The split time at the 500, just a little outside that, 1:42.99, 1:40 when they came through in the heat. So at the K, there's a mark of 3:22. Okay, they're 4 seconds outside that, but again, who cares? It's all about just nailing down that gold medal. United States still the closest, the challengers, but the lead has been pushed out to 1.5 seconds now. And Britain enjoying the lead. Still, it's France, but they're going to come under threat from Germany, surely, in the second half of this race.
Well, GB definitely is going to have an upper hand over this American crew because they have some returning Paralympic champions on board there in the GB crew, whereas this United States crew is going to be featuring all first-time Paralympians in that boat. Very, very young crew here from the U.S. All of them either just graduated recently from their collegiate programs or actually still in school as active students. Ben from Williams, Alex from Tufts, Gemma from Temple, Skylar from UVA, and Emily in the Coxed from MIT, all representing their collegiate programs here at the Paralympic Games. And it does look like they're doing a great job employing all the lessons that they're taking away from their university programs to hold on to that margin against this dominant GB crew.
Well, it's just one lack of a podium finish down the years in this boat class at the Paralympic Games for the United States. That was in London in 2012, the start of GB's winning sequence. They won it in London, they won it in Rio, they won it in Tokyo, and were also on the podium in 2008 as well in the bronze medal position all the way back in Beijing, which was the first Paralympic Games when para rowing was added to the schedule. But by the way, we're coming up to the 1500 marker, so Great Britain have this lead over the USA and the French 5:03, that world best split time. So some way down on that. Okay, let's forget about that. 2:30 is the gap for Britain over the United States, and then it's still France 5:43. Germany with work to do over the last 500 if they're to oust the French from a podium finish.
Fantastic turn up from this young crew from the United States, maintaining that overlap as we're coming into the second half of the race. Really great job just to see if they can rattle the Brits as they're coming through the second 1,000, because GB is not going to be used to having challenges this late in the race. By this time, we're used to seeing them well clear of the field, but the Americans are doing so well to hang on.
Great Britain leading, no great surprise there. Won the European Championships by 13 seconds. Earlier this year, this British four won the World Rowing Cup 3 event in Poznan by 6 seconds. So that's a form guide coming into this para rowing regatta at Paris 2024. 3 straight gold medals, and it's looking distinctly like a fourth here for this imperious, the Great British crew. It is still the United States. And what about Germany hunting down the French?
Yeah, this contest for the bronze is going to be really hot in this last 250 meters, and the camera is going to focus in on these last two crews challenging between the 3rd and 4th place position. France on the top of your screen and Germany at the bottom of your screen. It is just neck and neck between these two crews as we're coming through the closing meters of the race. It does look like GB is going to run away with it, with the Americans chasing for another consecutive silver for them, maybe just getting the overlap on the British as we go here, but it is going to be all about GB.
GB again, Italia ruling the waves once more in the PR3 mixed Coxed 4. What a result again. It's 4 golds in a row. What about bronze? Oh, it's a photo. It's a photo. United States coming in behind the Brits as they did at the World Champs. France or Germany? Is there to be a huge roar from the grandstands here? They're signalling a France podium. I think there might be, I think there might be. France got it just from Germany. What a finish by 600.
Oh my.
What a finish. But Britain again. Goodness me, another gold, a third gold and a silver in their 4 A-final races here on the finals day at Paris 2024. Continuing this ridiculously successful run in this boat class. The USA come in second place. That's about where we thought that things would be, really. But France, 7:03.11, get a medal in the PR3 mixed Coxed 4.
So we have a repeat of our Tokyo podium then, with GB on top, followed by the US in silver and France in bronze. All repeats for our 3 medal crews. Coming off the line, wow, we couldn't have asked for a better start in this field. So tight between all 6 of our PR3 mixed 4s out of the blocks, but it was GB who was going to run away with it, using that consistency and that poise, the hallmarks of this GB program, to carry them through the middle of the race. Young challengers on their left from the United States. So many of these athletes still collegiate university students here performing at the Paralympic Games. Got themselves in a position where they could watch this battle for the bronze unfold behind them between France and Germany, but it was the host nation of France who came away with that tiny margin to get themselves up onto the podium.
Well, what a fitting finish, actually, as far as the French were concerned. Just edging the Germans right at the last, in the last race on finals day here at Paris 2024. We have seen some absolutely extraordinary racing. Wonderful scenes.
A couple of photo finishes just to keep us awake here. Very, very awake on the edge of our seats, keeping us guessing. But yeah, there we go. Gold medal for our dominant GB PR3 mixed 4.
4 boats entered into finals, 3 golds for Britain and a silver. Not bad. 6:55.30. Great Britain win it from USA, and France there with